what's up everyone, Morey Croson here, and we have a brand new breakdown for you today. It's going to be on Kyle Trask, the quarterback from Florida. He's been really playing great this year. He has like 30 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, so has had a couple games where he's thrown over 4 touchdowns. He's just really done a great job in the SEC, and by the way, the SEC now is just a place where all the quarterbacks are. Before it was the Pac-12, now it's the SEC. It's been transferring all over the place. Anyway, we're going to get to Kyle Trask and his quarterback mechanics. As always, if you like the information, go ahead and click the thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and leave those down below. We'll hop in the video right now. All right, so as always, we're going to start off with the release. Let's see how long it takes him to get the ball out of his hands. We'll start off at that 4.73. By the way, I always do these live, guys, so I never go in and look to see where he's at beforehand. I always like to go and do this with you, so we're going through this together. Point one is how long until he gets the ball back, and he's got the ball out at about 5:03, so he's at about a 0.3, maybe, at the most 0.33, but it's probably 0.3 to 0.32 to be honest with you. But again, another person that has a below 0.4 and really another person that has below even a 0.35. That is an elite quarterback doing really well, probably going to end up being in the NFL, which I know a lot of you young quarterbacks have that same dream, same aspiration. So make sure you guys are getting the ball out of your hands. That's what we do in the breakdowns, is we really give you a clear understanding of how to get the ball out of your hands quickly and efficiently, because I think that's going to be the most important thing. That's a big separator from quarterbacks, the quarterbacks that don't make it in comparison to the quarterbacks that do. Obviously, Kyle Trask is a big guy, is able to get a lot behind the ball. I really like him overall as a quarterback. As I'm watching, I'm just like, man, he almost reminds me a little bit of like an Andrew Luck type, but I really like how he plays and really think he could do well for himself in the rest of the college career and then into the NFL. What I really like is that, as he goes back, he's just really smooth at being able to, load that weight back. You notice how as he's stepping and he's getting his momentum in the lower body to come forward, but he does a good job of being able to keep that upper body kind of back. And then he comes all the way up over the top and all the way through the throw really nicely, holds that front side really closed tight, and then has a great follow through, comes all the way down with that arm and comes across, comes right to that opposite side pocket, and it's very stable on that front leg as he's coming through. So I absolutely love his finish. Definitely, if not the best, one of the best finishes of any of the quarterbacks that we've been seeing this year, and any of the potential quarterbacks going into the NFL draft. I really think that he's a kind of an underrated guy right now. I mean, there's so many great quarterbacks. There's Zach Wilson. I just did a video on Ian Book. There's obviously Trevor Lawrence and even Mac Jones, and there's just a bunch of guys out there that are doing really, really well. This offseason. So this is why I say the whole Andrew Luck, is because if we just look at the touch that he has on this throw as he's going back, and just has a really nice touch on this throw to be able to get it. I mean, he didn't necessarily have to throw it over anybody, but I just loved how he didn't drill it in. He definitely has that arm strength, but he also has the ability to, if he needs to, put a little bit of touch on it, which I think Andrew Luck did a really, really good job of doing that as well. And that's where I think he was really able to make a name for himself in the NFL, as he was able to throw that line, is able to throw a deep ball, also is able to have a lot of touch on his throws. Here's a good one where we can see how he just has such natural hip extension, and he starts off with his knees really far bent. He almost looks kind of like a Drew Brees here with having that big knee bend, and then from there really pushes off that back leg and gets a lot of extension. So notice how he's so kind of like closed and compact here, to then being able to really open up and get a lot of extension in that back leg. He's not fully straight in that front leg, but he's definitely more extended within those knees than he was when he's right here, kind of when he's loading and cocking. And then he really quickly gets to a lot of hip extension, able to get his hips all the way around and get a lot of extension in the back too. You can see how he's holding his scapula backwards, right? He's kind of contracting his arm back, making sure he's keeping that locked in. And then from there, drives that elbow through, right? So see how well he does of keeping that shoulder blade together, and then just driving right through with that elbow and getting that elbow in that really high position. Doesn't drop it at all. his arm, his elbow, keeps that wrist in a great position as he's coming through, and then is able to really get up over the top of the ball and come downwards on the ball. I see that mistake all the time with quarterbacks where they just don't have the wrist in the right position, they don't drive through with the elbow, and it really has a big impact on their ability to generate a lot of force. When you're able to keep those shoulder blades together, keep good, it's called retraction when your scapulas are together. And when you load, you really need to get into that retracted position. I have a lot of great videos that give you a better understanding of how to load and what you should be doing in your posture as you're going through the load. If you haven't checked those out, you can find some of them on the YouTube channel. You can find all of them on Quarterback University, which there's more information down below about that. But you can keep those shoulder blades contracted and then really drive that elbow through and come all the way down and across. And you can even see how he gets his spine into the throw as he's coming through. And I think that really helps him in making it so he gets his whole body into it. Again, another thing that we see all the time is that quarterbacks just don't utilize their whole body, right? They're using just their arm or just their upper body, not using their lower body, their core, their, spine, their arm, their wrist. It takes everything to be able to throw the ball with a lot of efficiency behind it, right? There's a lot of guys that can throw with just all arm, and some of them are only throwing the ball 35, 40 yards using all arm. Some of them are throwing 60 yards with all arm. But the thing is that's just not going to be able to last a long time. There's going to end up being a diminishing returns with that. You've got to be able to figure out how to be efficient with your throw, and that's why within what we do in our system, we're looking at how you can optimize your biomechanics to make it so you can throw the ball as effectively as you can. So as always, guys, thanks for watching these videos. You guys go ahead and take a look at Kyle Trask. You can take a look at some of the other things that we have on this channel, and I'd highly recommend you guys checking out Quarterback University. Super valuable to anybody that is looking to get started. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Go ahead and check out the description for any type of free material that we have. We do offer Quarterback University for free for the first 3 days, or for 7 days if you go and sign up for our $150 per month option, just because that comes with customized programming as well. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching.